this creation. 3 months work, 9 vacation. Tell the boss any old time. The daytime's his, but the nighttime's mine.
That weekend, my daughter had been born. Pete Seeger had made a recording of her. And he played it. He opened the night on Sunday night at Newport, and he played this little recording of a new baby. He says, here's the first folk song, the first voice, and we're dedicating this festival and this music and our purposes to this new child, new world that she's going to grow up in. And that was kind of, you know, that's the way the evening began.
I was walking around in the afternoon, and Albert Grossman took me aside and said, Bob is looking for you. And he took me to Bob, and Bob said, I want to play Sunday night and try and reproduce what we did on the album. And I said, okay, sounds great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the person that's going to come up now has a limited amount of time. His name is Bob Dylan.
Sang the song, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. I said, hey, look it, he's taking that old Penny's farm and putting it somewhere else. That's terrific. I thought that was interesting, but the volume of the blues band was kind of wild. And you couldn't get the words too clearly.
I ain't gonna work for Maggie's farm no more.
It was not possible to share the kind of intimacy that we were sharing with folk music when you've got those electric instruments going. The moment you've got drums there, everything's got to come up in level.
The sound was a bit harsh, but we thought it was way cool. And what we noticed was about a third of the audience was booing, which was unheard of, not in all our days of seeing whatever kind of show had we ever seen that.
I remember understanding that drugs were bad and alcohol was bad and rock and roll was wicked and sex was bad. And so I thought, oh my goodness, how depraved this is all getting.
I was thinking that somebody was shouting, "Are you with us? Are you with us?" And you know, I don't know what that, you know, like, what was that supposed to mean? I had no idea why they were booing. I don't think anybody was there having a negative response to those songs, though. I mean, whatever was about wasn't about anything that they were hearing.
Well, he hands you a nickel, hands you a dime, asks you with a grin if you're having a good time, and he finds you every time you slam the door. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's brother no more.
You could not understand the words, and I was frantic. I said, get that distortion out. It was so raspy. You could not understand a word. And I ran over to the sound system, get that distortion out of Bob's voice. No, this is the way they want to have it. I say, God damn it, it's terrible. You can't understand it. If I had an axe, I'd chop the mic cable right now.
Ah, you gone to the finest school, all right, Miss Lonely, but you know you only used to get juiced in the head. Nobody's ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're gonna have to get used to it.
We ran backstage, and there was mayhem going on. Pete Seeger and Theodore Bickel and all the old guard, the old leftist protest singing factions were horrified and thought, this is pop music, this isn't folk music. And there was just a big battle raging backstage. And I understand Pete Seeger had an axe and was going to go cut the electric cables and had to be, you know, subdued. And Theodore Bickel was saying, this is what the young people want. We have to go with the change. This is what's happening now. So they were all arguing among themselves.
Seeger, from all reports, was very, very upset by this, and I had heard that he tried to cut the wires and that he'd gone into a car and wouldn't come out after this whole thing.
That's not my interpretation. You see, Pete's father was there, Charlie Seeger, and he had a hearing aid. And Charlie was very distressed when he couldn't hear things clearly. And with all this sound coming from the speakers, Charlie Seeger was quite upset, and I think that affected Pete.
You used to ride the chrome horse with your diplomat, who carried on his shoulder a Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discover that he really wasn't where it's at? After he's taken from you everything he could steal.
Rock and roll was considered a real sellout music for a lot of folk fans, and like a Rolling Stone, it seemed like the direct slap in the face to everything the topical songs represented. How does it feel to be on your own? And then they took it as this most extremely negative, you know, selfish statement, basically, and it was, you know, it was not better world a comin', you know, it was not that.
I thought he would go out and play some other stuff by himself, and then we'd come out and play these 3 songs. But we just came out and played these 3 songs, and then he said good night, and we'd been out there for a total of 15 minutes. And everybody else had played for an hour. So that was pretty weird. And he was the headliner.
Well, Bobby, can you do another song, please? He's gonna get his axe. Right. He's coming.
Bobby was terribly shaken, and I ran backstage. And he said to me, "What have you done to me?"
Peter Yarrow came out and said, okay, everybody calm down. Bob's gone to get his acoustic guitar, and everybody